Candace, pull it together. We got a makeup artist on. Oh, she's putting on gloss. She's putting on gloss as we speak.
I'm putting on gloss.
You got a nice liner, I gotta tell you.
Do you like my liner?
I do. I don't think you always wear a liner. Do you?
I've been getting lazy, and now I've been lazy, and now I'm getting better. Where I'm like, wear the liner, Candace.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Candace.
And welcome to Don't Start.
And as we like to say, don't start.
Candace, save it for the show.
Exactly. So let's get to it.
She is not lazy. She works very hard. And she's a mother and a wife and a everything that she does, a star.
You're very kind. She's switching glasses. Listen, the bitch's tank is running on E. That's what I said the other day to Tom. He was like, how are you? I was like, this bitch's tank is running on E. E! I'm okay. I'm good. I'm here. I'm ready. I have gloss. We have a makeup artist on today. I'm trying my best.
I'm drooling. So,
you look fantastic.
Brittany Lammon, which I realized Brittany, I feel like I just call her Instagram name. Mm-hmm. I call her BFAB. And but I was like, I've never said her last name. So I was like sending her messages, which feels shameful for me to be like, I am friends with our next guest. And I feel like I have never said her real last name because I social media her.
How long have you known Brittany?
I mean, since I started with WWE. So Brittany is a makeup artist with WWE, but she was a makeup artist prior to that. She lives in South Florida, grew up in Ohio. We'll learn more about her. But the thing that I love about Brittany is that she's an entrepreneur and an inventor. So she has created items. So she is someone that literally is like, if you see it, you believe it, you can make it happen.
Like like making like products like and bringing them on Shark Tank?
Girl, yes. Girlfriend, that was perfect. Transition.
I know. I did it on purpose.
Yes, she has the Chub Rub Patch. Have you ever had where your thighs rub against each other and chafe?
Yeah. Listen, this is half the reason we're having her on, because we need to have this conversation. I was born with two thighs touching each other. Any person who says to me, where they're like, I love when they're like, oh my God, my thighs are finally like, oh, they now touch. I'm like, I was born with two thighs touching, and they've never not touched.
This is not the first time we've spoken about this on our podcast. We are strong-thighed women.
Strong-thighed, and they've always touched. And I have to tell you, things like theme parks in hot weather, it's not fun.
Yes.
My brother-in-law and I each shared.
It's going to be a great conversation, but also because it's not just about wearing dresses. It's about, like, I know she also said with like marathon runners, right? Yeah. For like running.
Yeah, I don't run a marathon, but when I was at Disney, I will tell you that diaper cream was between my thighs, not on my son's ass as much. I was like, I don't care. I have to put them on my thighs. I can't have these things getting.
Literally. So she's like, understand. So I think it's this idea of like seeing a problem, noticing an issue, and then creating a solution. And that in itself is like taking the idea and making it happen, for me, is so admirable, because that's a lot of work.
Well, I always, every summer, I'm going to be honest, I go to the beach at some point with my sister, my brother-in-law, my husband. We're always like sitting at the beach, and we're all like, oh my God, let's come up with an idea. And then we never follow through. My brother-in-law came up with Towello. Towello was a beach towel with a pillow 10 years ago. And I remember I said to him,
did he make it?
He didn't make it. He didn't patent it. And then a few years later, it comes to fruition by someone else, and he was like, fuck, I should have did it. I'm like, see, we all talk a good game, but we didn't make it. Brittany does not do that. She makes it.
No, she doesn't. She makes shit happen.
She makes shit happen. And I love it.
Okay, let's bring her in. Literally, Brittany, we introduce you as someone that makes shit happen. Welcome to the podcast.
Yes.
Welcome to the pod, and introducing Candace. Candace, Brittany, meet each other.
Brittany,
hello,
it
Candace.
is so lovely
How
to meet
you. Is it weird that I feel like I know you from listening to the podcast? Can you guys hear me okay?
Brittany is one of my favorite. Yeah, we do hear you. We can do a sound check. We'll make shit happen. We'll make a pivot.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
That's what we do.
No, apparently that's what you do, Brittany. I'm so excited.
Exactly. It is true. I said when you were one of those people, If you see it, you believe it, you make it happen. And that is a
Love it.
very cool concept of not stopping yourself and just doing it.
It's amazing.
Has it always been?
1,000%. 1,000%.
Hey, Brittany, Candace just said 2 things she wants in her life at all times is a makeup artist and a chef.
All times.
I mean, I cook pretty good too. So, I mean, I could be hired. I could be hired.
Like, I make
There's
out all day.
both.
Like, I
All day.
don't ever want to have to put on my own makeup anymore. I don't want to do it.
Nobody should have to do that, right? Nobody should have to do that.
So, Brittany, I want to talk about how you made it to WWE. Like, you had your own makeup art, hair makeup business for how many years to then kind of finding WWE? We work together, and she's one of my favorite people to talk to, like at work at all times. Yes.
Yes.
She inspires me all the time.
Love me some Schreiber. So I started out working with a photographer, Craig Ambrosio, and we had worked together for about 5 years. And
why do I know that name? Was that a New York photographer?
Florida.
He works for WWE, and he has worked there for, don't quote me, like 25 years or something.
Wow. Okay, continue.
Yes. So I was running an agency at the time, and he was like, hey, I might have this gig for you. And it so happened that the first person that I did was Stephanie McMahon. And he was like, yeah, yes. And so like, I didn't know like how big of a deal it was. So it was so crazy because I was on vacation in Ocean City, Maryland, and he's like, it's in 2 days. And I was like, I'm on vacation. So we get off the phone and I had said no. And then 2 minutes later, I called him back and I was like, hey, could you stop by my house, pick up my kit, bring it to Orlando, and I'll fly in and meet you. And so my family was like, okay. Like, and I was like, you got to do what you got to do. And so here we are 12 years later.
Love it.
Did you had no knowledge of Stephanie per se or of wrestling?
No, I kind of like on vacation. I was on vacation with my brother-in-law and my nephews, and they loved it. So they were like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. But I really didn't know anything besides that. Like I had to like Google and research and do all that to see even what she looked like. Sorry, Steph.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Steph, and she's absolutely wonderful and a delight, and you do her makeup beautifully.
Thank you.
Britt, when did you start with makeup?
So let's go back a little bit when I went to cosmetology school. At first, actually, I went to Bowling Green State University and was like, the only thing that I liked was theater, actually. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be an actress. So let's go to cosmetology school. My dad was the one that kind of talked me into it. And I had done all of my friends' hair and makeup for proms, homecomings, all of that. So I went to cosmetology school and I walked in and I was like, these are my people. Like I felt like right at home because like I'm kind of a little bit of a weirdo and I love it. I mean, as you can tell, I've had my head shaved and I've had all the colors under the book. I think maybe Sarah, when you met me, I think I had purple hair. And then I was working at a salon at the time and I didn't love the salon. It was a little bit too bougie for me. So I was like, I was in an internship. So to get out of my internship, I had to move out of state. And so then Brittany decided that because it was either $8,000 or move out of state. And I was like 21 at the time. So I was like, I don't have $8,000.
Yeah.
So
no.
Great idea. Let's just move to Florida. It seems cheaper, right? So I ended up moving to Fort Lauderdale actually on my own and met my roommate on the internet. So here we are.
Oh
so
God,
then
I love it.
I started working with a photographer down here and he was like, actually like, hey, did you know that there is a makeup school in Fort Lauderdale? And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. And so because I wasn't doing such a great job in the first place. So he was like, there's a cosmetology or a makeup school in Fort Lauderdale. And so then that's how the whole career started down here. And that was, 13 years ago. 23 years ago.
Wow.
Sorry.
I
Sheesh.
love it.
23
I
years
was
ago.
gonna say, I was like,
Hey,
13
hey,
sounds
hey,
too young. That was much, yeah. God, I know, but you look fabulous, honey.
Oh, thank you, darling.
The thing that's so cool about it, like Brittany, was in everything, and we're gonna move into your entrepreneurship and being an inventor. You attack things with no fear. It feels like it's like this kind of ability to be like. And that's, I guess, with like inventing as well, is that you see something and you just do it. Where does that come from?
I think honestly, it probably comes from like growing up. Like my parents were always, my dad worked for himself, my mom worked for herself in throughout her
Mm,
career. And they were always giving me so much confidence. Like it was so awesome to like be surrounded by
Yeah.
that. And I think it's huge because
Yeah.
yeah.
I just feel like I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. I can do this. And there's so many people that don't have that. And I feel like honestly too, like what helps me is being consistent with things and just saying like, okay, I'm going to go work out tomorrow. Like I don't change my mind. I just do it. And there's no like, oh, well, maybe I should, maybe
Yeah.
I should. And I just go for it.
That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
wonderful that you have the ability to not negotiate with yourself, to like take the easy
Yeah.
route.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have to negotiate with myself to be like, it's okay to
Me too.
relax.
Yeah, we
Yes.
all do. I think to some
That is
degree,
a
but I
struggle.
feel like,
Yeah. Because you're so aware of what you want to accomplish.
yeah, I
Mhm.
love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like there's times where I'm like, and I know a lot of women struggle with this, like, am I doing enough? And that is a problem. It's like, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? And then sometimes you're
Yes.
like, wait, but I'm tired. Like, so
Yes.
that's always like a mind game in your head, you know?
And let's get into Shark Tank. Let's talk about the Chub Rub Patch. Let's talk about where it all began. I mean, you even, I remember meeting you and telling me about the bobby pin bracelet. That, right? It
Hmm.
was bobby pin bracelet that was magnetic that you,
Yes.
because I have bobby pins all over my house. It's like, I
It's me
literally will
too.
leave. It's like, oh, Sarah's pin here.
No, I always say
Bella
mine is
can
like
tell you the
Liza
story.
Minnelli's dressing room. If Liza Minnelli had a ton of like bobby pins, just everywhere. It's just everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's so funny. So how that came about was I'm very like particular about teeth. And my teeth started to become like very sensitive, and I couldn't understand why. Like I literally was like, "What is going on here?" Like I didn't use any like white strips or
Sure,
anything like
yeah.
that. And so I went to the dentist, and he's like, "I don't understand what I'm seeing like behind here." And it clicked in my head that I was opening bobby pins with my teeth. And so the metal to the back of my teeth was ruining my teeth.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And so, like, I mean, so many people do it to this day. And it's
Done.
honestly
Done.
like very, very disgusting because it's like, I always like when I
Oh,
was selling the product, I was always like, it's like kind of taking a comb, looking the comb. It's the same thing. So, what had
oh,
happened was I made this
Oh,
bracelet for myself, and I was wearing it to photo shoots, to weddings, this, that, and the other. And so many people were like, oh my gosh, where did you get that? Where did you get that? Where did you get that? So then I was like, maybe I'm like onto something. And then this was like probably 12, 13 years ago. And so I feel like social media, yes, was prevalent, but not as it is now. And so I didn't really know how to go about and
yeah.
find,
yeah.
where do you start? When you start, you normally ask like your family, your mom and dad, your aunts and uncles, like friends. And I didn't know anybody that had ever invented anything. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of like meetup.com. And I was at the time, there was one for like entrepreneurs starting a product
Yes.
line. So I was like, okay, I walk in again. I was like, these are my people.
Mm.
I found them. And so then that kind of started it off. And then I found my first 3D printer on like a photo shoot that I was on, like randomly. And I was like, what is this thing? And so then I ended up 3D printing this product. And I went on Facebook, was like, hey, does anybody know, other inventors? And then I got referred to one of my good friends, and he's a consultant of mine. His name is Rodrigo with Lime Design, little shout out. And it was so funny because he was like, yeah, I got you. I can help you. And I said, well, I need it for tomorrow for like this photo shoot I was doing it's called the Britlet. And he was like, oh, well, where do you live? Maybe I can drop it off. And he ended up living like 3 doors down from me. So I had like this like built-in bestie that, helped invent my first product. And so the product came to life and it was amazing. It's a bracelet that had a magnet on it that opened the bobby pins for you. And so that started the whole journey. So it's pretty awesome.
That is so smart. It's so like, I call it like the things where you're like, I just wish there was something for this. And then you make it. I love that. And I also really enjoy that you said you did the thing, which is you made it, but you also like, you went to the meetups, you on a Facebook, like you did the work that you needed to get the information. You didn't just like, oh, I hope I meet someone with money to give me money to make a product. Like you didn't do that because that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm always like one to continuing education. I love to be educated on all different types of things. And I'm always taking courses, and I have a coach for almost everything. And I have a coach for inventing, and I started out with, the gentleman's name is Stephen Key, and he wrote a book, and it's called, you know what? Honestly, I'm blanking right now. But he is an amazing inventor, and it's called One Simple Idea. And I refer it to all of the people.
One simple idea.
Mm-hmm. And I refer it to so many people. Like there's so many people, because I've been on Shark Tank, have called me and said, I have this idea. Can you help me? And I'm like, read this book first and then come back to me and see which route you want to go. And so that led me
Can we talk about Shark Tank?
Yes. Yeah. Let's do it. What would you like to know?
But before we get there, I want to talk before we get there really quick, because I know that's going to be an exciting one. What you're talking about with what you're saying, coaching, it's also sort of like a mentorship, and it's stuff that we don't see as much. And how important have those relationships been in your career? It seems like it has been something that like you've taken advantage that I think that more of us should do more often.
Absolutely. Like I believe that, they've already been there, done that. Why not learn from them? It's like, instead of just like starting out and just, free for all, it's like, hey, they've been there, they've done that, they've seen the success, they've, entrepreneurship comes in waves. In the morning, you're all excited, and at 2:00 you get bad news, and then at 5:00 it's something else, So I think it's honestly like so good to have a coach there, because they can help you through the process, but also the mental game in entrepreneurship is so crazy. And I feel like they help you with that. So I also am in a lot of different inventing groups. And I just feel like, honestly, it's like your people, and you have to be surrounded by your people. And I always say, get a mentor, go find the meetups, go talk to different people, because I feel like in this world too is networking. And I feel like we're kind of getting away from that because of cell phones and social media and all that. And we're all just like recluses in our house and don't want to talk to anybody. I always love to go to the networking groups and find new people to talk ideas out with, because the thing is like, you never know what they know or who they know. And sometimes so many people with inventing, like they're so scared to talk about their idea. But I'm going to be honest with you, no one's stealing your idea, because it's way too hard. It's way too hard, and there's too many hours, and people are a little lazy nowadays. So it's like, I always think Bethany Frankel said that. She said, like if you talk about it, it'll help you so much more in the end game, because you just get to know different people and they know different people. So it's so great.
Hey, Brittany, you were giving us so many things of wisdom right now, but the sound is going in and out. Is there any way to go inside and get a little bit better Wi-Fi? I just don't want you, you're saying so many great things.
You got it.
Do you want to leave and come back, or whatever you feel like is easiest for you?
Do you think it's the Wi-Fi or my headphones, or just go inside?
Yeah, I just think it's the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll stop it.
Because you literally, that was like a great
Sorry.
speech you just gave. And I just want it to be,
Sorry.
no, don't be
No, don't be
sorry.
sorry.
The
I'm
internet
moving
is a
and a
wild place.
grooving. Okay. I'm going.
I just
I'm
don't,
going,
I
people.
want all the things that you're saying to be
Okay.
great because it's just going in and out and sort of choppy.
Okie
I mean, I heard
dokie.
the Bethany Frankel and I was like, oh, I want to hear more.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I do think, that's one of the things that I feel about like what, in our careers that I hope more people do as they get, I think you give a lot of help with the people around you with doing a one woman show. But like as we get older and we've accomplished what we've accomplished, but also like looking for people that are maybe 10 years older or 20 years or whatever it might be that have already done what we want to
Yeah.
do, that like we give back to community, give back to the industry that we're a part of, that doesn't always have to be cutthroat or competitive. To know that you could still be a mentor and help somebody in their journey is so
Oh my
important.
God. 100%. And I love her personality because her personality will bring people like her, like-minded, towards her because she's literally attracting people that are like her. And it's wonderful because it's that forward personality, that forward motion of being like, we could do this. We'll figure this out. And I think that's it's a gift I'm glad you work with her. How
Wait,
about
it's a
that?
cool, like, and that's like, do you remember the Denzel Washington quote where it's like fall forward? It's like you always have your
Yeah.
momentum moving forward. As we say that though, like I always have trouble where I was saying like allowing yourself to say it's okay to rest, but it is that idea
Yes.
of like when I rest, somebody else is working harder than me.
You know what?
How do you balance that?
I think that too. I play the catch-up game. If I rest, then oh my God, everyone else is working and now I'm falling behind. I do have that as well. But I believe if we do give ourselves that time to rest, then we come back that much stronger and that much focused. Otherwise, my cylinders are firing on like 70%. And then what is that doing? You know?
No, completely, because then you're not giving the 100, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I very much identify with her go get it attitude. I love it. I like that trait about someone because it's like, I don't know the answer, I'll figure it out. Versus I don't know the answer, someone figure it out for me. No, she'll figure it out. And that's
No,
so
and
wonderful.
and like I can you teach that to people or is it
I
something
don't
that
know.
you just have?
I don't know.
I
My
don't think
parents are like that. So I don't think yeah, like she said her parents were like that, right? Right? It's like your environment is like that. My grandmother
Right.
was like that. She didn't wait for someone. She was a single woman, so she was like, I'm gonna figure it out myself. So that energy, I would hope in school you learn that ability in some
No,
way.
you don't. In school, they're
Oh,
teaching you how to do algebra, and you're just like,
I don't
when
know.
am I
I
using it?
failed. I failed
But
everything.
you did not fail. Did you actually get an F on your report card at some time?
Yeah, Sarah. Yes. Oh my God.
No.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh my God,
And then I went.
I was
And
a
oh, you were
straight A
straight A?
student.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. Oh, no, no, no. I was like F's and C's and D's. And by the way, trying really hard with F's and C's and D's. It's not like I was like not paying attention. No, no, I was trying really fucking hard and like still getting those those letters. And then it would be like I'd have to go to the teacher and be like, what can I do for extra credit?
Okay, so I want to talk about that because what it really showcases about you is that you could take what you get, but then like work the system. Like I'm
Oh,
gonna go talk to the teacher. I've had that
yes.
too, where you know how to negotiate.
Well, I was like, listen, you see, I'm busting my ass. I have perfect attendance. It's not like I was cutting and getting Fs. I
Right.
was there every day. And then I had friends who were cutting and pulling Bs. I'm like, how are you pulling a B? How are you pulling a
Yeah.
B? Like, I was still not doing well. So, like, I would shake down that either they would give me an extra credit assignment, or my favorite was some of my teachers would be like, well, let me come see you in a show. And then they would come see me in the show and they'd be like, oh,
Yes.
you're not meant to be a student. You're going to do that thing. Let me just help you get through.
Oh
That
my God,
happened
that's
several times.
hysterical.
We got to get Brittany back. I got to ask her about
Yes.
Shark Tank and Spank. And
Oh,
not
there's our
Spanx.
girl. Hi, Brett.
There she is. Hi.
We were
She's
just
back.
talking about like, finding your people. And I think that's such a like fun thing that we always echo is that like you will find your place, but you just keep going and then you will find it. Like fall
Absolutely.
forward. We were talking about the fall forward.
I love that. And the thing is that I just feel like, and you were talking about coaching too. It's just like you need to be surrounded by those people because that's when you'll thrive. You know, it's like
Yes.
I just feel like working at WWE is we're surrounded by so many go-getters. And I just love that because it's like everybody's always doing something and like you don't get to that level unless you're a go-getter. So that's why I love being at at WWE as well.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going Shark Tank. Let's
Thank
talk
God.
about the Chub Rub. Start in the creation of the Chub Rub because we all get it. We said we are girls that got thick, strong thighs and we're proud.
Yeah. Had it since birth.
Yes. So how it all began was at a Miami Dolphins football game. And my sister and I, you know, we're getting ready and we're getting all cute and she's wearing a skirt and I'm wearing shorts and she's wearing the Spanx and I'm wearing the deodorant. And we go there and it's 90 degrees out and we're tailgating and we have to go to the bathroom. So we go in, I go in, quick, in and out, we're good to go. My sister goes in and she's in there for a very, very long time. And I'm like, okay, people are looking at me. I'm getting uncomfortable, you know? So I kind of like go knock on the porta potty. I'm like, hey, are you good in there? You know? She's like, yeah. All of a sudden she slams open the door and she's like, oh my gosh, I almost passed out in there. And I was like, what happened? And she was trying to go to the bathroom in a porta potty while also pulling up her Spanx and she almost passed out because they were so tight because she didn't want to have Chub Rub. And so
Spanx is also one of the hosts on this. We talk about Spanx every other episode.
Yeah.
So
and they're not paying us to talk about it.
Spanx shout out.
Yes, exactly.
They're not paying us, but we talk about it.
It's so true. And so I thought, like, there's got to be another way. Like, we don't need, I mean, that's not what Spanx are for, you know, like that's another layer of clothing. And to have to go into these porta potties and apply the extra deodorant, it's not like an all day fix. And so I went home that night and I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way. And so my sister, God bless her soul and her thighs, she was the one. Yes, because she was my little test dummy.
Yeah.
And I was like trying all the different materials and she'll come home and she'll be like, oh my God, Brittany, that, you know, that really ripped my thigh off. And I was like, well, guess you can't use that. Guess you can't use that, you know? So thank you, Megan. I appreciate you so much. And so then it was during the pandemic because I was going to license the product because I took a course. It was called Invention. And that's the Stephen Key is the owner of this course. That's the same as the book, One Simple Idea. And it was so funny because he talks about licensing. So I was like, okay, during the pandemic, it was, you know, right at the pandemic, we were in the Orlando hotel pretty much living. And so I started like calling these companies. Like I remember it so vividly, calling these companies and everyone's like, oh my gosh, this product is so great, but not right now. Not right now, not right now. We don't know what's going on with the world. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I can't go another summer. My sister can't go another summer. My friends can't go another summer without this product. And so that's when my friend Rodrigo with Lyme, he is the one that consulted me through this. And I was like, hey, I got to do something about this. He's like, let's figure it out. So he's the one that actually found my manufacturer in Canada, which honestly was such a great deal at the time because all of the product developers that I knew couldn't get their products from China because of the pandemic. And so because I thought to myself, like, I have to start this. Like, why not? Why can't it be me? Like, let's just go. So I ended up, let's go. So I ended up, it was so great. The pandemic, I feel like actually really helped me because these manufacturers were willing to do anything because they're not manufacturing other products. Yeah. And so they gave me smaller quantities. And so they gave me smaller quantities and I launched on my website. I launched on Instagram, Facebook, all of the above, and was like, okay, it was kind of a slow start. Here we go. I was on vacation with my nephew and he is now 18. But at the time, he was like, "Aunt Britt, you got to get on TikTok." And I was like, I don't want to do another social media. Like, I can't do another social media.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I had to appease him. I was like, let's do our first video. So we did our first video on the beach, and it was like one of the trending things or whatever at the time. And so I was just very consistent with my videos every single day, posting something every single day just to see if I could get momentum. And that's where the magic happened. And my videos went viral. I think now including Shark Tank, probably 40 million people have seen my thighs. So
yeah, girl.
hey.
Oh my God, I love that. That's a good line.
Yes, I had so many viral videos, and it was just so crazy because it was taking off. I guess maybe I should be buying my nephew his college education with this, but that's honestly how I got on Shark Tank. And it's so funny because with the Britlet, I tried out for Shark Tank. So however many years ago that was, 12, 13 years ago. And I stood in line, did all the things. And like people like, oh my God, you stood in line for 8 hours. Like, that's horrible. I'm like, no, it was awesome because I was surrounded by all these entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And all these people that have been through the struggle, and all these people that are so passionate about what they are doing. And all these small businesses, it was phenomenal. But of course, didn't get on then. And I kept trying. And I had actually even put in an application, but that's not how they found me. They DM'd me on TikTok. And so I called my coach and I was like, this can't be real. Like, this cannot be real.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, why not just try it? Like, what's the problem with that? And so it was so funny. This is another funny story is that, we're always in and out of airports.
Right.
And so the meeting was at like, let's say 2 p.m. and it was Pacific time, and I had messed up the times. And so I was in the Sky Club
all the time.
I was in the Sky Club, and so I run down, good thing to my ladies that, I know. And I'm like, hey, is there any way that you can change my flight? Because I'm supposed to be on this important meeting, not knowing if it was real or not.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay. And so they helped me out, whatever. And so I go up and I have the meeting. It was legit. It was with one of the producers. And it was so crazy. They're like, we saw your videos, everything is going great for you, yada, yada, yada. And then it almost took a year to get on Shark Tank.
Perseverance, baby.
Yes.
Also, like, wouldn't you take away from what you're talking about just kind of like working your ass off, but also being patient with timing?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a balance of it all.
Yes. And Schreiber, you know me, I really don't have a lot of patience. So that is a big struggle for me.
You had to dig real deep for that. Oh,
yes.
I'm with you.
I guess patience isn't the right word, but continuing to find alternate paths that will inevitably lead you to where your success is supposed to happen. Something like that?
Yes. And I believe too, like, my thing is like, I've always believed in myself. I always I'm in the process of opening a Legree studio. And so it's like, my friend is kind of the opposite of me, which I feel like will be a great business partner because she's not that, like, oh, what if? And I'm like that person that's like, no, this is going to happen. Like, we're going to make it happen. Like, we're hard workers. Like, why wouldn't it happen? Right. And that's how I've always went about business that way.
Sorry, I just had a deep breath because I keep hearing these
cleansing
quotes.
breaths are so good.
No, because I loved it because the quotes that I keep reading and I keep telling myself, and just general, like all of us, if you can worry about the worst, you should also put the energy into the best that can happen in your life.
I love that.
And
absolutely.
And I feel like that's what you're saying and what you're doing. But also, there also is the thing of like, if you jump off that bridge, you can still maybe get hurt.
Yes, but I don't think about that. Exactly. I really don't.
No, you're like, it's fine. There's no bridge. I'll figure it out.
I honestly go in like that. Like, I'm just I know that I'm a hard worker, and I feel like that gets you so many places. Even if it's like, hey, you know what? messed up and figured it out. It's like, that's how
Yes.
you learn. And like people,
Yes.
just say that, but honestly, like I just feel like entrepreneurship and just jumping in is the way to go, because you're going to figure it out along the way. You may lose a little bit of money here and there, but at the same time, it's like you're learning all the time.
Candace, you could speak to that so much as being, writing a show and putting it on the road and you directly doing it too.
Yeah, there's like this thing that I think, I don't know if it's like pure adrenaline or just plain old, craziness, but you sort of just have this moment where
Both.
you're like, I don't know what's going to happen. Whatever, let's just see. And then you just like flat. My husband always says to me, do we have to fly by the seat of our pants again? And I'm like, yeah, we'll just figure it out. Because if I don't do that, then sometimes I actually don't think I'm going to do it at all. And I don't want that to happen. So I sort of just like go, oh, whatever.
Absolutely.
And that's how you are, Brittany, too, with like travel and stuff. If you think it, you'll do it. And I feel like, how do you teach that to other people? Because that is, we only live
Talking
once,
about that,
and that
I
is
don't
so
know.
important. It's such an important quality just in life.
Like for young kids, I don't know. How do we teach them that?
Well, the thing for me is that I feel like if you say that you're going to do something, do it. Just like the littlest things. Like, again, like
Yeah,
working out is like a big one for
basic.
me. That it's like, like start little, and that builds confidence, and then that builds more confidence. And that's how it was, I feel like, on my whole entrepreneur journey that I've been in. It's like, oh, hey, like, let me reach out to different company CEOs. Like, it's like sometimes
Yeah.
people think like, oh, I'm smaller than them. And I always think like, hey, we all take shits the same way, honestly. And so I never feel like that someone is better than me, or I don't feel like I belong in that room, because it's
Yeah.
just like, why not? This
I
person
know.
probably got there this way, and it's, maybe because of daddy's money, who knows? But I put in
Yeah.
the work, so I know that I believe in myself and I will get shit done.
Yeah.
I love it. I
So
want to
how was
know.
how was the Shark Tank experience? What
That's what
did
I
you
want to know. Was it like
was it
hell on earth? I
fun?
gotta know.
Yeah. Yeah, tell us, because it's a reality show no matter what, right?
Yeah. So let me back it up just for 2 seconds, because this is a
Back it up.
very back it up, back it up, back it up. So I think the craziest part of this whole thing for me was that it was maybe one of the hardest but best days of my life, was finding out I was on Shark Tank. Because my producer, Marcy, she was amazing, loved her. And she hyped me up the whole time. She gives me this call. It's like,
Oh,
9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, who's calling me from California at 9 o'clock at night? I was
Yeah.
like, I'm like, hello, whatever. And they're like, she's like, Brittany, I got great news for you. You made it on Shark Tank. And I'm like, oh
oh
my God, this is
my
crazy. This is
God.
amazing. But your consultant didn't make it on with you. So I went and we applied for the entire year together, my friend Rodrigo. And so that day was so
Huh.
amazing. But then I had to call him and tell him that he didn't make it on the show.
Oh my God.
And
I
so
wonder
that was like the
why.
hardest thing for me. Well, the thing was, is that they explained, and I definitely understood, is that it was my product. I'm the one that's
Yeah.
the most passionate about it. I'm the
True.
one that has been putting in, endless hours of work until 2 a.m. Like, yes, he did help in all of the things, the manufacturer and marketing and getting all the product design done and all of that. But at the same time, in the end, it is mine. So that's when I was like, okay,
Wow.
I had to give him a call, and I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. But he definitely understood. And I said, well, the good thing is, your company, Lime Design, still created a Shark Tank product. And so
Yeah.
I think he took it along that way. And so it was very good. But back to getting on the show. So you get on the show and you go and you fly out to California, and still it didn't feel real to me. It was crazy. And I'm FaceTiming my sister in the morning, going over my spiel, because you have to be you guys are in TV, you have to
Yeah.
be, for them, it's not ad lib. It has to be exactly how you say it in your
Yeah.
interview, because of, logistics. And so a few minutes before, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to speak on this, but whatever. But I changed my ask. It was supposed to be like 130, and I asked for 150. They said that it would be better for me, like last minute. And I was like, but I've gone over this like 17 million times. This is how it is. I said, okay, I hope that it works. And so they do like a little run through. They give you like a little tour of everything, the hallway. We all know the hallway. And we walk through the hallway and they show us. And at the time, pandemic, so they were further away from me, which I felt like was really
Oh,
good because I wasn't like as nervous.
Right.
But the thing is, they're like, we're not going to stop. Like, if you mess up your spiel, like, just keep going. We'll do edits, we'll cut, whatever, whatever. So I start doing my spiel and they're like, cut. And I'm like,
What?
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, now what? Like, this is not okay. Like, we're not supposed to cut here. Like, this is not the plan.
Yeah.
And so they said, because it was the Chub Rub Patch was on my thigh, I had to show how to apply it, that
oh,
maybe a different view was better. And so
oh
then I
my
was like,
God.
okay, we
Yeah.
got this, And then they're like,
Yeah.
okay, you can begin. And I'm like, but where was I? Like, I don't remember.
Yeah. Completely.
Start over. Yeah. Oh,
Yes. So then, I mean, Sarah, you guys know you can ad lib all the
Yeah.
time. But for me, I was like, I've been practicing and
no,
practicing.
it's
I'm like behind the
hard.
I
camera.
think inevitably that is a high pressure, high
Yes.
anxiety situation because you've been working so
Yes.
hard trying to get this,
Mm-hmm.
and you went in and you're like, all right, we're going, and you're like
Yeah.
on, your train is moving, and to
It's,
stop
yeah,
that shakes anybody up.
it's
Yes.
so true.
So I was, I got back on track. Everything
Yeah.
was great. And the thing is that there were so many people that had Chub Rub on there, and it was so great. Mark Cuban had admitted it, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And the only thing is that Emma Greed was one of my coaches on there. And so the thing is that I was like going back and forth with her, that they don't really show this, that she had said, she owns or as part owner with Khloe Kardashian and Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian. And so even though
Skims,
they
yeah.
said yes, they said no to me. Everyone had said no, 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 no. So I went back and I was like to Lori first. And I said, I understand that you're like the licensing queen and this, that, and the other. And I've read your book and you're such a mentor to me. And she's like, well, thank you, but not right now. So then that's when I went to Emma and I said, hey, I know the Skims line. I know this. They have the breast tape, all of this. And she goes,
Yeah.
well, I've never even I don't even know anybody that gets Chub Rub. And I was like,
No,
oh
no,
my gosh,
no.
you own a line with women up to like 24.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
And
really
so
sad.
I know. And so I was like, that's fine. It's all good. And then I end up walking out through the hallway and I had to do an exit interview. And like, honestly, like, I don't remember the exit interview. So like when I'm watching, which Sarah, I don't know if you know this, but WWE kind of like some of the backstage people like threw me a little
Yeah.
party.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was so nice and so fun, but I didn't know like what was going to be on the edits. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even remember saying that, but I kind of gave myself a pat on the back because
Yeah.
it all was good. And it's so
Right.
funny because I didn't get a deal. And to me now, honestly, it's great. I'm in a Shark Tank group on Facebook that there's no sharks allowed. And
Oh.
it's honestly been incredible.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Shark Tank pals, because like if you have any questions about any attorneys, if you've been through this one situation, if
How
you want to
great
get
is
on the Today,
that?
so somebody knows somebody that's going to help you
Yeah.
out, and it's so amazing. And we have Shark Tank reunions, we have like little meetups in different cities, and it's just honestly been an incredible networking group, and
I love it.
love it.
We love it.
That
And
is so
you know what?
smart.
The thing, Brittany, with you too is like you're always like trying, and we've talked about this, where you're always trying to get a little bit outside your comfort zone in a
Yeah.
brilliant way. Where, I read this book one time and said, don't go like to the edge that you're about to fall off, but be at the edge that you're nervous, that you're scared, that you're excited at the edge of the cliff. And you and I have
Yes.
talked about it. What is that next journey for you? Whether it's an entrepreneurship, what does it look like? I hear a lot about health being wealth currently, and I say it to you all the time. But
Yes.
I also know you're speaking more in front of people as a presenter, and I just want to know more about that.
So for me, yes, Sarah, I definitely agree with you. I always say it's like when you get those little rumbly tumbly and you like starting to get nervous, it's
Yeah.
like I always say it's like my inside clapping for me, because I do love that. And I feel like sometimes like being in the same space, career wise just becomes mundane, and it's like I need to find something that excites me again. And so I had reached out to this lady, Jen Gottlieb, and did her hair and makeup as she is a speaker. And
yes, she's
I ended
a great
up
speaker.
Yes, she's amazing. Yeah. She's an amazing human. Yeah. And I took her course. She was like, Brittany, why are you here? And I said, well, honestly, I wanted to meet you. I think you're a great speaker. I follow you all the time on social media. And I think that's what I want to do. And she's like, okay, that's great. And so I feel like my next journey is, yes, health is wealth. I always preach that. I really believe in that. And I am going to be opening a fitness studio, but also I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to help other people know that they can do it.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would like to take the vitamins that you're on. I mean, I feel like I'm naturally in that kind of world, but I feel like I can amp this up a little bit with your belief and it's belief in self that you said parents can instill, which is really important for people listening. But I do think you were born with it, Britt. You were born with it.
You got the thing.
Maybe it's me.
I know. I was thinking that too.
Yeah, she's makeup, so she's got.
You got.
I know. I love it. I love that you're using all your multiple talents to sort of build a wide net of contacts that are supportive and want to help others, and you want to help others. And I just think listen, we're here to serve. We've said this all day today, and I feel like that's such a beautiful thing. And you're one of those people. I love it. You're helping my thighs.
Yeah. Yes, honey. Yes. And I just want people to know, like, just go and start. That's all that it takes. You guys don't start, mine start. It's like, I just feel like you have to get out of your comfort. This headphone is really driving me crazy. You have to get out of your comfort zone and don't worry about what other people tell you. It doesn't matter where you're from. Now with social media, you can do anything from anywhere. And don't worry if you fail, because you're going to fail. You're going to fail a million times. Just get out there, start, do it, and make shit happen.
Okay.
Oh my God. We have to end with it there.
I love that. I should end there, but can I ask just 2 more questions really quick?
Absolutely.
What is the most common trait that entrepreneurs have that you found within the group?
I would say hard work. I would say the grit. Yes, because it's like you're not going to take no for an answer. You have to keep getting back up after you've been kicked down so many times. And you just have to believe in yourself and just keep going at it. And I just think, honestly, in the end, it comes down to hard work. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Get your ass up off the couch and get it done.
Get your ass up. And last thing, it could be, as a makeup artist, the most common mistake or the one thing that you should fix, or give me the best makeup artist.
Like someone like me who hates doing their makeup. What's the one thing you should be like, you should do this every day with your makeup? Is that what you mean, Sarah?
Something. Give us something.
Yeah.
Or don't do that.
I say always keep it simple. I think a lot of people go way too much, and it's crazy because people. Yes, exactly. I feel like people spend way too much time. I spend 5 minutes on my makeup. And it's like, okay, when I do Sarah's makeup, I might be more professional and take 45. But at the same time, I think when you're doing it at home, just make it simple and don't be too crazy about it. But a tip that I really like to give people when applying your lashes, I probably told you this a million times, Sarah, but instead of when you go to put your lashes on, act like you guys are the mirror, right? And so you're going like this, so your lashes are going up. If you put the mirror down here, your lashes are going down, so it's easier to slide them on top. Do we make sense?
Hold the mirror down.
Down. Have it down. Instead of looking at your mirror in the bathroom, you should have a vanity mirror below. And also, when you're putting on the glue, just kind of waft it in the air a little bit, just so it gets tacky. Put the mirror down here, slide them on, you'd be good to go.
Okay. I mean, I am the worst with lashes. I don't wear them because I'm bad at it. I wore it for one of my shows and they ended up sticking up into my eyebrows that I was like, holy shit, I can't leave stage. And now I look like, what is that Sesame Street character? And they were all stuck to my eyebrow. It was fucking awful. So but
consistency is key. If you keep trying, you will become successful.
Yeah.
Brittany, I did not keep trying.
Candace.
I was like, fuck
Candace,
this.
exactly.
I'll just hire
See,
Brittany.
This is what we're here for. All right, that's fine. I'm gonna be a chef, makeup artist,
makeup and
motivational speaker. Here we go.
Exactly.
I have one more question. What's the next problem you're going to solve?
World peace, please.
I was just gonna say that, but I have way too many. I have a list in my notebook.
My God,
I probably always like, Sarah, we listen to this one. I honestly, I come up with a new idea every day. So I can't answer that until I get it done.
We also don't want anybody to take that idea. Get it done, girl.
Remember, Sarah, what I said, people are too lazy, so people aren't going to take
People won't take it.
I think I said this when you were doing like a switch-a-do. I want to tell myself to take a break sometimes. But in those moments you said, oh, but somebody else is working harder in the time that you're taking that break, which, it's a balance. It
is definitely, I definitely know how to work hard, play hard. So you have to give yourself a break. But I feel like I pack so much in. I'm a 5 a.m.er getting up. I pack so much in the very beginning of my day that I've already beat people to the punch with that. So,
Candace, you should have done yoga at 4 a.m. like you said you were going to.
I was up at 4 a.m. I stared at the ceiling for a good 32 minutes, just being
I bet you had some script ideas. I bet you your script ideas were happening.
I had my little notebooks next to my nightstand. So, I got my notes in, but it was like, I should have worked out.
You could do
in that
script
moment.
ideas on Peloton. I mean, I heard Maddie, so just saying.
Oh, she's coming at you.
Totally.
Right,
I totally can.
Brittany, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, girl.
Your wisdom. We can't wait to see what's next for
Thank you.
And I'll see you in the makeup chair, hon.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you, guys. I appreciate
my
it.
God.
Have a great day.
Thanks for joining us today.
You can follow us on Instagram at Don't Start Podcast.
Or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
And we'll see you next time, friends.
Don't Start is produced by Anthony Street Productions.